everybody? Chevy, nobody else's auto. 8 o'clock Sunday evening, time for some Sunday night live chat. Great crowd already here tonight. Billy Bowman, first one on and ready to go tonight. Bill Wagaman, Kevin Brown, Alan Harper's with us. Leo's back. Pete's on. JP, Kevin L, Neil, Jim Petty. Glad you guys are all here and ready to go. Facebook, it looks like it is connecting. Was back to a normal setup on Facebook tonight, so keep our fingers crossed that it works. Who knows? I don't know. You never know anymore. I hope we're still on. The timer just restarted. That was odd. Okay. Not sure what's going on there. I hope everything is good on YouTube. The timer just restarted itself. So anyway, I guess we'll see. You guys let me know if there's anything funky on your end. Kevin says you're still there. Good. Okay. Maybe it was just a snafu. So Tractor Mike is on. Charles is here with us. Glad you guys all made it. Ken from Michigan. Okay, perfect. I was getting a little worried when the timer reset to 0. Frank's here. Neil is somewhere. That kind of feels like a normal day sometimes, Neil. So Loader Mike. Austin's here. All right. Let's go ahead and get into tonight's chat. Glad you guys all keep coming back and making this what it is. As you guys noticed, Friday night, Tractor Mike was in town. You know, that's always a bad idea, but Nate's here with us. Got to hang out with Nate yesterday. That was cool. Mark is ready to go tonight. Right out of the gate. Boom. There you go. Scott's on. In fact, we'll just double whammy you right out of the gate. How about that, Mark? Shopcat's here at the ball game. Well, glad you took time out of the ball game to jump on with us for a few minutes, Shopcat. Dennis is here. But anyway, bad ideas make the best memories. There's a lot of truth to that statement. And it's just weird that he says that knowing that we both know Chad Reynolds. I don't know how that popped into my head. But anyway, last week was really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Martin's with us. My good buddy Phil Skinner was here with us. A ton of Ford history. Bill Disks here. Matt's on. You guys seem to have a great time with Phil. That dude knows Edsels better than anybody on the planet. And not only Edsels, but that late 50s window of the Ford Motor Company. Obviously, if you guys couldn't tell, he knows that cold. I mean, he knows that era of Ford better than anybody in the world, I think. So it was really fun. I really appreciated you guys welcoming him and the questions and the feedback. It was a great conversation. And I hope, just like we talk about out here all the time, I hope you guys learned something as well. That's the whole purpose of doing this. Phil is an amazing reference for that type of stuff. So I hope you guys got something out of it as well. Alex is here. Meeting of Smith and Wesson. It was the meeting of something. Jim's been seeing Edsels all week now. Daniel's here. Yeah. But like I said, it's so, I've known Phil for several years now. When he said he was going to be in town, wanted to stop by, said he'd hang out for a while. I thought that was super awesome that, we had a great chat with him and it worked out well. Lee's here with us. So thanks to all you guys for welcoming Phil last week. It was a lot of fun. See Lee's comment just reminded me of another thing I want to talk about because he was one of the last ones to post that I saw, the Nobody's page. Mike from Texas is here. The Nobody's Facebook page that, Rusty Okie and Whiskey Business started for us. There's Waycamp. Has been awesome, guys. Like I said, I don't take the time to comment on stuff, but I do still look at it pretty much every day. If you guys are not on there, get on there. The Nobodies on Facebook. This is Rusty Okie and Whiskey Business are doing this for us, and it's been awesome seeing the feedback, the posts, the camaraderie, the support that I'm seeing with all you guys, with your posts and your comments. It's been amazing. So I want to thank all of you guys for keeping it professional and being friendly and all the posts. It's awesome. So, yeah, exactly. And then all the Edsel posts that were inspired by Phil. That's another good point, Pete. It's really working well, and it's cool seeing your guys' stuff on there. It's been awesome. So super excited about that as well. A few other things to talk about before we get into the reason Tractor Mike being here this weekend. I did have a really cool car leave last week that I hated to see go, but I knew it was going into the right hands. A lot of you guys probably remember about 5 months ago, I got a 1949 Buick Roadmaster two-door sedan in. Just an absolutely amazing car. As you guys know, I grew up on Buicks. This thing was such a cool car. It's such a great design, a one-year-only body style. And I had a guy from the Carolinas that called on it, and we worked out a deal. He came and picked it up this week, and it's definitely going to the right home. He's got a 49 Roadmaster convertible. He's got a 58 Limited convertible. He's got a 59 El Camino. So it's definitely going to a good home, which I feel good about because, man, I hated seeing that car leave. But obviously it was nothing I was going to do anything with, but it was still cool sitting there. Briggs' Garage made it tonight. Kenny's here. Hold up, ads. See if I can get those killed. Gray Kitty is getting a drink right now. Aren't you, Gray Kitty? You're getting a drink. She looked up at me. She's like, yeah, what you talking about? What are you doing? She's going back to her water bowl. So that car is off to the to its new home. John's here with us. Tony's on. Did not buy any Buicks at the auction, Pete. I tried to buy a few, but I did not buy any Buicks. I only bought a couple cars. I was not in a car buying mood yesterday, which is good. But I did get a couple we'll talk about. It's on. We are on Facebook. I think it's working. The setup was the same tonight as it's always been. So I have no idea. Who knows? We did get another car delivered this week. My uncle got one in Kissimmee. I'll try to bring you some video on it. My uncle bought a 76 Grand Prix in Kissimmee. Same thing as one he ordered new. So that was cool to finally get that car here. One other thing I want to touch on, Springfield Swap Meet is still up in the air. It's not looking very promising. I don't know how many of you guys are going to try to make it. If there's going to be a big crowd, I'll try to do what I can. I've got another pretty big deal in the works right now, and it depends on how that comes together as to whether or not I'm going to make Springfield. So bear that in mind. We'll talk about that a little bit next week because we're 2 weeks out. But at this point, it is up in the air as to whether or not I'm going to get back. I'm going to make Springfield Swap Meet. But anyway, as you guys, a lot of you guys know, Tractor Mike was in town this weekend. There was a big auction. I know a lot of you guys watched Silas. Silas had done some previews on it, and Silas actually did buy about half the cars there. They sold about 140 cars. So we do. Apparently, we've got static on Facebook once again. YouTube is the Nobody Show channel. So apparently we've still got sound issues on Facebook like we did last week. So who knows what's going on there. So we are on the Nobody Show YouTube channel is where we are on Nobody, since it sounds like we're still having issues with Facebook. Let me go ahead and punch that in. Oh, hold on. Okay. We're working on F&E, John. It's starting to come together. We got a few cars listed. I got to get with Chris this week and start getting some of that stuff nailed down. That's not too – it's still a couple months out, but it's going to sneak up on us pretty quick. But anyway, we went to like I said, Joe, once again, saying the same thing. Facebook is on, but no sound on Facebook. Once again, thanks, Joe. I appreciate you keeping me posted on that, since obviously it is still not cooperating for some reason. So we'll probably just have to shut Facebook down again once again. Bert's Adventures is here. Jeff from Ottawa. So I know some of you guys caught the Silas's preview videos. I did not get anything. My phone screwed up. I wanted to shoot some content yesterday, but my phone screwed up. Storage issues. So I fixed that problem hopefully last night. I ordered a new phone. I don't like running into storage issues, especially when I'm at an auction. So I did order a new terabyte phone last night, so hopefully I don't have the storage issues again. So unfortunately, did not get much at the auction yesterday. We shot a few clips, but that was about it. Not enough to do much with. Mike did do some some Snapchat stuff. But obviously, the big question, what did we buy? Well, I bought 2 cars is all, which is good because like I said, I got some other big stuff working. I didn't need to be spending much money. We did get a pickup load of parts as well. Tractor Mike, shockingly, I hope you all are sitting down. Tractor Mike did load another tractor this morning. John Deere, let us know which one it was, Mike. I don't remember what model it was, so Mike will tell us. But he did buy another John Deere and a bunch of Alice Chalmers sheet metal. So we got that loaded up. It headed west with Tractor Mike today. John Deere 70 is what Tractor Mike bought. I did get 3 outside sun visors, so that's always good inventory. 1 Fulton, 1 Comet Sky Shield, and 1 other aftermarket. Bought some mid-50s Ford factory AC parts, some hubcaps. Ooh, I got some hubcaps, just a few hubcaps. We got 2 hubcaps coming up tonight in the auction. I bought specifically for the auction. Me and Tractor Mike, we talked about it. We looked at it. We said, these things are awesome. You guys are going to love them. So me and Tractor Mike picked out when they were choicing. Weston didn't get anything. Holy cow, that sucks, dude. Yep, Weston was there. So Nate was there. Got to see a few of you guys, which is awesome. Always great to catch up when we see some of you guys at auctions as well. Guy with the car guy. But we got stay tuned for the auction, guys. We got 2 super great hubcaps tonight. Literally fresh from the auction yesterday. Brand new meat that are going to be in the auction. You guys are not going to want to miss them. So stay tuned for that. But cars, I did buy 2, which is fine. I bid on probably 10 or 12 of them. I think Silas ended up, he didn't end up with all of them. There was a few of them some other people bought that I was bidding on, but Silas was on a buying spree yesterday. There's no doubt about it. But I did not buy any of the Buicks. I bid on all of them, but I did not buy any of the 57 Buicks. I actually bought 2 Fords. And they're rough, nothing to get too excited about, but they're really cool. 1966 Ford Fairlane convertible, and it's rough. It's rough, so don't get too excited about it. It's got old 390 GT stickers on it. I have no idea if it was a 390 convertible or anything, but it's wrecked, it's stripped, it's a body, but it's got a bunch of convertible-only pieces on it, so we did pick that one up. Oh, I forgot about the mowers, too. So I got that Fairlane bought. Mike bought 3 mowers. Yep, and one. Actually, I forgot. We should have loaded that, Mike. Oh, well, I'll put it back with the rest of your tractors. Mike's getting a tractor line started here at the yard, too. So mid-60s truck cabs. So actually, what mowers did you buy, Mike? Let's hear about your mowers, too. Rusty Okie denied 20 people last Thursday to the Facebook page. Not sure how many were scams, but none of the questions were answered. Okay, perfect. Great. Thanks, Rusty Okie. I appreciate that. Be sure you hit the questions when you go in to join the page. You know, Rusty Okie and Whiskey Business are doing this to help us out, so help them out when you jump on there. It's a couple of quick questions. That way they know that you're legit and it's not a bot deal. So please hit those, hit the questions, so those guys know that to get you guys in. So anyway, Tractor Mike got 3 lawnmowers. He got a snapper, and what was that other one? So we got some lawnmowers. I got the Fairlane convertible. And I bought one other car that a Huffy, 60s Huffy, early 70s Craftsman, and a snapper with 3-point. So he got a 3-point on his snapper. So I buy this car. And it was a cool car. It's rough, but it was one of the cars that was inside the building. So it's not very rusty. It's been inside for years, but it's nowhere near complete. No front clip. No motor. You might want to stick around a little bit. These caps, you might like these caps, Rusty Okie. Buick Man's here. Glenn's on. So I buy this car. We keep going through the auction. Don't think too much about it. We'll do the caps fairly early in the auction, Rusty Okie. We'll do 2, 3, 4 little things, then we'll get to the caps and we'll sell them back to back. So Nate liked the Huffy mower. That's a good point, Pete. Mike might need that. So I buy this car. We keep working on the way on down the road. They move to the parts. We buy parts. Don't really think much about it, right? No big deal. It's neat, but it wasn't too. It's okay. So then after the auction, we're going around, walking around, looking around. Okay, loading up, figuring out where we got parts we need to load, figuring out how we need to get these cars loaded. Blah blah blah. And I walked back to this car I bought. Like I said, it was one of the ones that was inside the shed for the last several decades. Perfect, guy. That'll work. Sounds good. Thanks. And it was way cooler than I thought. And I didn't realize it, but on the right side of the dash, there was a little metal tag down in the right lower corner of the dash that I didn't see till several hours after I'd already bought the car. And Tractor Mike was really excited too. It was like, holy cow, dude, how did you fall into that? I was like, I don't know, but it's super cool. So, and it's not a Buick, so I didn't buy any Buicks. It's a Mercury. 1957 Mercury pace car convertible. So, needless to say, really excited about it. Oh, good. My new phone's on the way, so I don't miss any more auction footage. 1957 Mercury pace car, Indy 500 pace car replica convertible. And it has a tag on the dash that says this 1957 Mercury is a pace car replica of the cars that pace the Indianapolis 500. So I was kind of excited about that. Tractor Mike's over there losing his mind. He's like, dude, and I'm like, I know, this is cool. So, like I said, car's rough. Nothing. I mean, it's no motor, no tranny, no front clip. Well, it had part of a front clip. I guess the grill, the bumpers are there. One rough fender. The hood was there. But what threw me off, and I didn't even think about it, I don't know if they called the convertibles Turnpike Cruisers or not. I think they may have, but obviously they didn't have the scoops on the roof or anything. But what threw me off is the car had a pink and white fender hanging on it. And the pink and white fender, they had the cars in a row, so I'm standing at the front looking at a pink and white fender and a white hood, not even realizing that the car is yellow and the pace cars were yellow. So I don't know. But it has the little emblem on it that says this is a replica of the pace car for 1957, a Mercury pacing the Indianapolis 500. So pretty excited about that car, and it's a really neat car. So, and kind of curious, even though the Fairlane's super rough, kind of curious to see if it's anything interesting. If it's, if it is, it says GT390 on it, but who knows who could have added that to it as well. There's a lot of truth to that too, Pete. Better to be lucky than good. There's some truth to that. I don't really have many pictures of it because my phone was screwed up. I got one crappy one from a distance is all I've got because my phone was so jacked up. I couldn't hardly get anything. So, but we'll definitely have a full video coming on it. No doubt about that. It's kind of neat. So like I said, it's rough. Don't get too excited. It's rough. But man, when I saw that tag on it, I was like, that is so awesome. So needless to say, Tractor Mike and I had a great time at the auction. You know, it's always great when we get to hang out. And, you know, we showed up Friday night. We hung out. We drank some beer. We went out and ate at the auction all day Saturday. We didn't take a trailer to the auction because we didn't know if we were going to buy any cars. And it was only 20 minutes to the auctions from the shop. So we just took a truck down. And so as soon as the auction was over, we loaded up all of our parts. And that was when we realized what that thing said pace car on it. So we hauled back to town, dropped the trailer on the truck, and flipped back around. Dad grabbed his truck and trailer, followed us down. We threw the Fairlane convertible on Dad's trailer. We threw the Mercury convertible on my trailer and ran them back to the yard last night. Then went back out this morning and got Mike's mowers, got the tractor loaded. Another one of our buddies that's a metal guy bought a really rough Alice that Mike needed the fenders off of, so he bought those from him. We peeled those off this morning. And, you know, just as always, it's a fun weekend. You know, me and Tractor Mike always have a great time. And sometimes some of our decisions are a little questionable, but we always have fun. Just like Mike now has a snapper with a 3-point on it. So, but that's why we do this. It's fun. We have a great time, and that's what matters. So obviously, speaking of the auction and talking about some cars, rolling right into the new inventory section for this week. Not only did I get the Fairlane convertible, the Mercury pace car convertible, Mike brought two with him that I actually haven't even looked at yet. One's a mid-60s GMC with a V6 in it. And I don't even know if that's a 62 or 3 or is that a 4 to 6, Mike? I literally did not even look at it close enough to see which year it is. It's early to mid-60s, but I didn't even look at it close enough to see what cab it was, whether it was the early knee knocker or the 464 to 66 cab. And he also brought a 51 or 52 era Dodge two-door. So literally have not looked at them. Yeah, Mike doesn't know either. But he said it did run. He was using it for seed weed about 4 or 5 years ago. So the old V6 he thinks is still good in it. So we unloaded those. I'm going to look at those tomorrow. Got those unloaded. And went and picked up one more that I've been needing to get for a really long time. I do have a picture of this other one because it was before my phone crapped out. I'll show you a little sneak peek. I did text Phil about the pace car. Yes, I did text him about it. So here's an interesting video coming up. I bought this over a year ago, but I finally got this one drug out. You guys can see it. Buried in the back of an old shed. Buick Man posted a Pontiac on the Nobody's page. Yeah, that's great. That's great that you guys are keep posting on there. It's awesome. 1953 Ford two-door ranch wagon. Tractor Mike sending stuff. Man, these ads are going crazy tonight. I've had to kill ads like 5 times already. John from New Zealand. Glad you're on here, John, hanging out with us. So I did get that ranch wagon cleaned up. It came out nice. I'm excited to get the video up on that. That car has been in storage. Scott's with us on Facebook. You guys have any sound on Facebook yet? because Facebook is being weird. But it's been in this building for 20 years, and it was in some other buildings stored before that. So that car's been stashed for probably 40 years. So it came out pretty decent. I got it all cleaned up. Well, I got to blow the inside of it out yet, but I got it washed, got all the dirt off of it. And I'll show you guys what it looked like when we've left real quick. Well, yeah, here we go. Here's a sneak peek. That's how much dirt was on that car. So excited about that one. So we got a lot of cool stuff to share with you guys. 53 Ford two-door ranch wagon, been in a building for probably 40 years. 57 Mercury pace car convertible, been in a building for probably 40 years. The Fairlane convertible, the GMC running V6 that Mike brought us, the Dodge tractor Mike brought us. So a lot of cool stuff coming up. Yep, there was a lot of dirt and dust on that Ford, but at least it's been inside. It's a pretty decent old car from what I can see, Rusty Okie. 53 two-door ranch wagon, motor's junk in it, but all GMCs had V6 from 60 to 66. But the Canadian trucks still use an inline six. Yeah, it's complete. It even has an outside visor still on it. The engine's not complete. He took the engine apart because it was junk. But it comes with another 300 that he was going to put in it. So I haven't picked up the 300. Actually, he's got two more inline sixes for it. But I know he's got a 300 for it. I need to go back out and get in a few other six-cylinder Fords. So, but it's a neat car, and it cleaned up pretty well. Matt doing research on a Ford site where a 72 F100 is manufactured. It came from the San Jose plant where the Bullitt cars were built. We may have Rusty Okie may be hooked. Put a Cummins 12 valve in it. The GMC is a 65 or 66. Okay. Yeah, well, fortunately we had a couple miles of dirt road before we got back to the highway, Bill. So we had most of the time we actually got to the highway, most of that was already off. So lots of cool stuff coming up there. Anyway, let's keep moving to the promo model, badges and caps, story time, raffle, and like I said, killer auctions. So real quick, let's snag a promo model. In the box. Kind of crazy to think that these are now old. Actually, antique. This is technically an antique. It's weird to think that 1989 in Kansas is 35 years old, and it is an antique. On this 1989 Taurus SHO in black. Good idea, Mark. Let's slide that badge in there, too. That's what I figured, Scott. That's why I had those posts on there, because people were asking. Yeah, tell me about it, Kenny. Obviously still in the box, brand new. A little bit of scuff mark on the roof just from being in the box, but it's been in there since it was new. Bottom side has all these promos, just one piece of molded plastic, not a ton of specific details in them. This is the Blueprinter series. This one was one that somebody ordered from Ertl. SHO was their performance model. And you're right, Bill. And these SHO cars are starting to get a following. We noticed our friend Jim Wicks has a few of them sitting around. I've been keeping a few of these late 80s Tauruses for that exact reason, because I think these SHO cars are definitely going to have a pretty solid following in the coming years. And remember, this is a Taurus, but this is the performance Taurus. I don't know if you guys can see in there or not, but this was even the promo: bucket seats, console, floor shifter. So for a late 80s sedan, these were quite a car. These actually did say on the rear bumper, I hope you guys can see it, SHO was actually on the rear bumper of all these cars, and the promo has it as well, where you see it was actually molded into the rear bumper cover. So kind of a cool piece. No, Wix does not have a website. So there it is, the black on black 1989 Taurus SHO in the box for tonight's promo. Comfortable number of members built, rebuilding a few of them. They were a pretty high-tech car for the time. There's no doubt about it. How about some badges and emblems? A couple of interesting ones tonight. I think the SHO was just Taurus. The Thunderbird was a Super Coupe. I don't think there was actually an SHO Thunderbird. I think it was just the Super Coupe Thunderbird. Slide another badge in there. So Mark doesn't have to get on me again. But the first badge we're going to look at tonight, kind of a smaller one. The next one is definitely a statement piece. But this is a smaller one. It's an interior badge, a glove box door badge, for about a 1950 Studebaker. This is a pretty ornamental badge. This is, like I said, a glove box door badge, but it is a smaller interior badge. However, this is chrome-plated pop metal with the crown type things on the top, the S on the front. Still even has the little screws and mounting brackets to clamp this to the back of the glove box door. And it is, just to give you an idea, 5 1/4 long, 5 1/4 inches across. That's Yamaha. That's what I was trying to think, Bill. I knew those were an odd brand, kind of like the ZR1 motors were like, I think, Mercury Marine. You're right. Yamaha is who made those engines. That's right. I was trying to think that. Thanks for throwing that up there, Bill. X-Ray Dean made it. So that's right. That's what I was thinking, Nate. SHO was Taurus only. So that's kind of a cool piece. There again, just a glove box door emblem, but chrome-plated pop metal that looks this good. This next badge is a little bit more interesting. Justin's on with Fireball's Garage. This next badge, I don't even know where I got it, but it's super cool. And we're going to talk a little bit about the history of this one, because I didn't know much about it either. I just knew this was an awesome badge, and I had to own it. How about this badge here? Off of a Diamond Rio truck. I didn't know much about Diamond Rio, so of course I Googled it, Wikipedia'd it. Diamond Rio Trucks was an American truck manufacturer. In 1967, Diamond T and Rio Trucks were combined to form the Diamond Rio Truck Division of White Motors Corporation. Rio dated back to 1904 when Ransom Eli Olds, founder of Oldsmobile, began building motor cars. Diamond T dated back to 1905 when C.A. Tilt began building vehicles. In 1971, Francis Cappert of Birmingham, Alabama, bought Diamond Rio from White and formed an independent company called Diamond Rio Trucks. And at about the same time, the Diamond Rio C116 series was introduced, which featured Cummins power and some Detroit diesel-powered trucks. Despite new model introductions and excellent reputation, Diamond Rio was forced into bankruptcy on December 6, 1974. 1 year later, Loyal Osterland and partner Ray Housel bought the rights to Diamond Rio trucks and made room to continue production in their Harrisburg, Pennsylvania facility, originally a dealership and maintenance facility. The single model C116 Giant was continued in production with Cummins power. Production for 1978 was 131 units. By 1985, the Harrisburg plant was expanded to produce 10 trucks per day. Although output was only about 2 trucks per day, the company continued to build about 150 Class 8 trucks annually through 1995 as Diamond Vehicle Solutions. In the early 2000s, Diamond Vehicle Solutions marketed the T-Line trucks as a blend of vintage Diamond T heritage and modern engineering. The T-Line trucks included 1 long nose and 2 medium nose model, with the company manufacturing frames and other parts and outfits basic cabs it obtained from Navistar. So as of 2015, they are still doing business as T-Line Trucks and Chassis, still building limited amounts of heavy-duty trucks. Oh, hey, Mark's making sure that I don't forget, guys. Blame it on Mark. Yeah, blame it on Mark. He's the one to make sure I don't forget. So the badge we have tonight for Diamond Rio, and this is a looker. This is a great one. Check this baby out. See the diamond shining? Now this is obviously off of a big truck, so it's a pretty good size badge. The manual's bringing back memories from before the internet, that's for sure. This Diamond Rio badge is, if I can get the tape measure to hook, eight and a half inches long, 5 1/4 high. That's even big for a belt buckle. I figured, Joe, I actually was thinking about you when I found this. For the way you like the big trucks, I figured you would appreciate this. This is chrome-plated pop metal, big studs. You see how this is all cast in there? It's a killer piece. So, a couple of cool badges tonight. This one was a good one to start off with. But this is the big kahuna to wrap it up. The Diamond Rio. That's saying something, Alex, because this is the most impressive one. We looked at a lot of cool stuff. So anyway, I think we'll push story time off till next week, because I know some of you guys said you already want to stick around for the auction, but you need to get to bed. So let's catch up on the new raffle real quick. Yeah, I'm not selling that one, Ken. We will do some more story time next week. We dig through Dad's files and check out an old car that he rebuilt back in the 70s or 80s. So, but since I know some of you guys are trying to hang out for part of the auction, we'll go ahead and skip that and move on to the raffle and then get into the auction. So, anyway, who's in this week? Just a few guys jumped into the new raffle. Obviously, the red line raffle this month All these red lines are going to new homes. This pair, and then these three for the big winner, the first name out of the big Buick oil can. We won't go through them all again tonight. Let's just start here. This is one of the main prizes. Great condition. Nice color. And remember, these early red lines had super thin paint. It did not last. So finding original red lines with original paint is really tough. A blue splitting image. And check this one out. So, who's in? Oh, you want the big kahuna, Mark? You sure about that, Mark? Here she goes. Boom. Anytime, Mark. This is such a great piece. I just love sharing it with everybody anyway. Oh, speaking of which, Meekum, I just looked over seen this. They actually have one of those cars in Dallas that has this badge. This is a 33. 33 and 34 must use the same bumper badge. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Just got that in the mail the other day. So we'll take one more look at it tonight before we put her back away. The front bumper badge for the 1934 Auburn Salon with a 12-cylinder. Thank you, sir. May I have another? That's right. Well, that's a good way to look at it, JP. So who got in this week real quick? Kevin Brown, Bill Disk, and Alan Harper. Getting us started off on the red line raffle. So we've still got a few weeks left on this one. We're going to give this away on the 1st, September 1st. Yep, because the 31st is on a Saturday. So that's going to work out real well. We'll give these away on September 1st. So everybody's got plenty of time to get in and make sure you're a part of the red line raffle for the month of August. Okay. Let's go ahead and start moving into some auction pieces because I know some of you guys need to get to bed tonight, and I know you don't want to miss some of this stuff. So, and then we'll probably touch base with our automobile trade journal from 1913 for a few minutes after we get done with the auction. X-Ray Dean's already got his timer ready. Let me gather a few things up here. We'll get ready. Gray Kitty, what are you doing? Meow. Okay. 1:45 p.m. Monday in New Zealand. Well, I'm glad you're hanging out with us, John. Everybody's already setting their sights, getting ready to go. We'll start off with a few small toys, license plates, some literature. We got a lot of cool stuff tonight. So, as always, we'll run through the rules real quick. Full dollar amount bids only, please. I will hold up a piece. We'll look at it. We'll talk about it. I'll point out any damage on that particular piece. We may talk about that car a little bit. We'll give you some dimensions on it. As we start with the description, if it's a piece that you are interested in, please throw a bid in out there so I know we have interest in that piece. After we get done with the description, I will announce where the high bid is, and we will put it on a timer right here on my phone. We will go 2 minutes. I will tell you when 1 minute has passed. I will tell you when 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed. When I tell you 1 minute, 30 seconds has passed, it is time to be thinking about your maximum bid because everybody has a delay. Some people it's 5 seconds, some people it's 20 seconds. But it depends on your internet provider as well as whether you're on a phone, smart TV, tablet, PC, all that stuff affects it. So please bear that in mind. And when I announce that a minute 30 is gone, we may be just about done depending on your delay. The first few pieces, I will announce all the bids as I see them, just so that you guys can keep up with what you're seeing on your end versus what I'm seeing on my end. At the end of the 2 minutes, I will announce the high bid that I see. Now, sometimes you guys see things a little bit differently than I do, but I will try to keep all I can go by is what I see at the 2 minute mark. So Glenn already knows his phone is faster than his tablet. So Glenn's been playing with it, tweaking it. So, which is another thing. Some of you guys are really, really good at sniping this thing in the last 6 to 8 seconds. So keep that in mind as well, guys. So, shipping included in the 48 states on everything tonight. The caps are a little bit bigger, but we'll just include it and not worry about it. Few things to catch up on shipping, but all that stuff will be going out first of the week. So anyway, let's go ahead and start off with a few smaller toys and maybe a license plate or two, and then we're going to squeeze these caps in because I know you guys don't want to miss the 2 new caps that Tractor Mike and I picked out specifically for tonight's auction. Still sorting through these boxes of Tootsie toys. We got a few more of those tonight. And we're going to start off with a bundle of toys, several small pieces. In fact, I got a couple of little toy bundles tonight. So we're going to work with some of these as well. Starting off with toy Jeeps. We got any Jeep fans out there? This first one, I can't see a name on it, but it is plastic. It is missing the windshield frame, but the body's not busted up. It has the original wheels and axles under it. Just kind of a cute little toy, especially if you're a Jeep fan. This little Jeep is about 4 inches long. These next Jeeps, they are Tootsies. They are a pair, one bigger, one smaller. This is the larger one. Does have some more paint loss. This is a Tootsie. It does have all the wheels on it, but the front 2 are damaged. It does say Tootsie on the bottom. The star is actually cast into it. Some of us are not Jeep fans. Yeah, I'm sure of that, Tractor Mike. And the other one is basically the same thing, only a smaller version of the larger Jeep we just looked at. This one is in great condition. Very little paint loss. Yeah, exactly. This one saw combat. This one's new. But basically the same type of Jeep. They are both Tootsies. The smaller one does not have a serial number on the front of the hood. The larger one does. The larger one is about 4.5. The smaller one is about 3.5. So this is about 3.5. This is about 4.5. So a handful of toy Jeeps. Two Tootsies, one unknown plastic on the handful of toy Jeeps. Anybody interested in Tootsie Jeeps? Thought they were a little cooler than that. Maybe not. Is that $12 bid, Kenny? Is that where you're starting off, or? Just trying to make sure that we're staying on the same page here. Before I start the timer, I want to make sure that are you 12, Kenny? Is that where you're starting us at, or is that something different? There's number one. These are pop metal. These are like Tootsie pop metal, except the middle one, which is plastic. Okay, you were talking to Mike. Okay. Yep, there's number one sneaking in there. Okay, we'll skip the Jeeps then. We'll move on to some license plates or something. Oh, and I do have some rerun stuff that's going to be popping up as well from June. So we will have some rerun stuff coming from that. Oh, I know something we can do since Justin's on. My cousin Justin from Fireball's Garage, he brought us some Colorado plates a few months ago when he came through. So let's grab one of those Colorado plates from my cousin Justin. That's something we haven't done yet. Let's see what we got here. All right. This is actually a match set. These are from my cousin Justin, Fireball's Garage, if you haven't checked out his channel yet. This is a match set of 1970 Colorado truck plates. And these are in great condition. Nice color. Of course, they're Colorado plates. They're green and white. I think Colorado had was green and white forever. I think they've changed some of that up now. But this is actually a match set of truck plates, Colorado 1970 PH7557 from my cousin Justin at Fireball's Garage. Alex at 12. Yeah, these are in great shape. Actually, I ought to try to let me cut this zip tie off so I can show you guys. Get you a little better look at them. It's kind of tough to see it. They kept them together at least, but now we can get a little better look at them. Austin at 15, Martin at 15. So Martin at 20. There we go. Now we can see them good, and they are nice. Let's get this on the timer, courtesy of Justin at Fireball's Garage on this pair of 1970 Colorado plates. All right, we're live and on the timer. Alex, 22. Martin, 23. One minute gone. 1 minute left to go. Coming up on that minute 30 mark. Martin at 23. A minute 30's gone. 30 seconds left to go. Alex, 25. Martin, 26. Austin, 27. And that does it. Austin at 27. Holy cow. Lots more bids in there. Austin got lucky. Holy cow. All that in the next 5 seconds, there was 3 more bids that would have blown him out. Nah, the Diamond Rio badge I'm keeping. That's mine. Those are too cool. All right, let's get a couple of rerun emblems, a badge bundle, a pair of badges, Hudson badge, for our Chevy fans. These are from a couple months ago that didn't pay, which isn't a big deal. We just throw them back in. Early 50s era hood badge, beautiful chrome, nice reflection, good studs, flat mount. About 9 inches long. Going with this one, the mid-60s C10. Also pop metal, chrome plated, beautiful condition. Both these things look great. The chrome is nice. If you want to make this really slick, you can repaint the red in there. Studs are intact. It is flat. You can pretty much mount it about anywhere. 64, says Joe. So, a pair of Chevy badges on the Chevy badge bundle. Find a way to hold them both here. All right, there we go. Let's get these things rolling and get them on the timer. The Chevy badge bundle. Glenn, 15. Kevin, 16. Tractor Mike, 17. Glenn, 18. Waycamp, 28. Glenn, 29. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Glenn thinks he got sniped on these last time. Well, we're going to see here in about a little over 30 seconds. Because there's the minute 30 mark. They're minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Glenn's the high bidder at 29. But we're going to see what happens here in a few more seconds. Matt, 30. Glenn, 31. Coming out of the wire with a few seconds left to go. Glenn at 31. Pete, 33. And that does it. Pete at 33. Kevin had a 35 in there. Pete at 33 is who I had at the end. At the 200 mark. Dad's here with us. There's Mary. Big Job's here. All right, I'm going to do a handful of Tootsies, and then we're going to get into those caps I've been promising everybody. 4 little Tootsies. These are smaller Tootsies, so we're doing 4 of them at a time, and these are pretty cool. These are all Tootsie brand. Starting off with a basic little blue sedan, a yellow convertible, a 30s era red sedan, and a cab over type fire truck. Now, all 4 of these, because these are smaller ones, so they're not high dollar, but you're going to get the whole collection, all 4 of them. The blue sedan does say Tootsie on the bottom and does still have all 4 tires and wheels, but some paint loss. The yellow convertible also says Tootsie on it, once again with tires and wheels. The fire truck also says Tootsie on the bottom. All tires and wheels are there. Fairly decent paint on this one. And the last one, this is super cool. Tootsie toy made in the United States of America. This late 30s, early 40s design sedan. Some paint loss on this one. They never got paid for last time, so I didn't make anything on because I didn't get paid from the last time on that last batch. So all 4 Tootsies in one bundle. Weston at 7 on the handful. Martin at 10. And let's get this thing on the timer. Randall with a Nut Farm, 15. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. The Chill Trailer guys. Justin with the Chill Trailer. Anybody remember the Chill Trailer from Rocky Mountain Race Week? Thanks for stopping by, man. Just so awesome. Missed you guys this year, but it's always awesome hanging out with you guys. Other than the fact that I'm still hooked on gummy nerds. Thanks. Almost to the minute 30 mark. Nut Farm at 15. A minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Dean, 17. The whole handful for 1 bid. Yeah, you think it's funny until you get addicted to gummy nerds. About ready to wind this one up. Dean at 17. Weston at 18. And that does it. Weston at 18. We'll put those in Weston's pile. Dean came back at 19, but it was too late. Yeah, Nate's still hooked too. Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. All right, let's get these two caps. We're going to sell them individually, but these are caps that Tractor Mike and I found yesterday. We got the choice bid on hubcaps. We picked these two out specifically for tonight's auction. There was a lot of Ford stuff at that auction. These are both Ford-related caps, but you guys are going to dig them, I think. I don't think we've ever sold them before. So that's right, specifically. Nate knows what they are, but that's because he was there hanging out with us. The first one. This ad thing is crazy tonight. Where's our Mercury fans at? Check this baby out. The Mercury man stamped in it. I think this is 40s era. These hash marks are stamped in it. This is a stainless cap. I'm sure this was painted probably red or something. Can't really tell that any other signs of paint left in it. Kevin at 10. This is ridged all the way around here. Alan at 25. You can see on the back where it was all stamped in it. It does have some scuffs and scratches and dents. We can see the scrape down here in it, some dings and dents, things like that in it. But it's a good looking piece. I already a lot of great comments on it. Like I said, we picked these out for tonight. 10.5 inches in diameter on the Mercury Man cap. All this is, like I said, all this ornamentation is stamped into this cap. So, Alex, 35. All right, let's get this thing on the timer and see what happens. Fresh from yesterday's auction, courtesy of me and Tractor Mike, picked out specifically for tonight's auction. Alex at 35. Could be a sniper item. It's pretty darn cool. So we'll see what happens. There was 3 bids, boom, 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 and then crickets. So it sure could be a sniper item. All I do know is that we're going to find out here in about 1 minute. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Devin, 38. Yeah, the snipers are getting into position. That could be true, Guile. But I do know one thing. We've got 30 seconds to go. Devin at 38 with 30 seconds to go. Alex, 44. We're coming down to the wire. Few seconds left. We've got Alex at 44, Alan at 45. And that does it. Alan at 45. Alex had a 50 in there, but it was too late. Alan at 45. Sweet. That's okay, Alex. You'll probably save your money for the next one because I know you're going to like the next one. Because this one's even cooler. Man, I was so excited about this one. It's a little bit bigger. This is 12 inches in diameter, so it's a full foot across. It does have a steel ring in the back to help mount because this had a very specific wheel and it was a very specific cap. But wait, there's more is an understatement, Kenny. That last cap was cool. I think this is twice as cool. This is a 40s era. I think it's an early 40s era Lincoln. Check this thing out. This is all stamped in the stainless. This has a metal ring in the back for mounting, but you can see the back side of this cap where it's all stamped in there. Devin at 25. This is a fairly deep cap, but these things are just great. This is all stamped in here. This is all design work in these caps. Even the outside lip has on it. So, cool piece. Nate got jealous when I snagged it. But we found you one more by the end of the day. So, Alex at 40. Let's get this thing on the timer. Not twice as cool, though. I thought it was twice as cool. Yeah, maybe not twice as cool, but it's still cool. But Alex is out there swinging at 40 on the killer Lincoln cap. 41, 42 maybe era. Devin, 42. Alex, 52. One minute gone. 1 minute left to go. Alex at 52. Devin, 60. And there's the minute 30 mark. Devin at 60, 30 seconds left to go. We're coming out of the wire, about ready to wrap this one up. Devin in there swinging at 60. Few seconds left to go. And that does it. Devin at 60. All right, that was fun. I'm glad you guys liked them. I told you it was going to be cool. So let's do some more diggings here. See what else we got. All right, let's do a set of plates. Hudson badge. Does anybody like the number 78 for some reason? I don't know if anybody likes the number 78, but if you're a fan of the number 78, or maybe you were born in 78, we've got something for you. Yes, we've got a set of plates that all say 1978 on them. They're all number 78. So let's start off with 1971. Kind of an orangish red with white trim. Nice condition. Clean on the back. 1973, the Packer color plate. Green with yellow letters. Once again, pretty nice condition on that one as well. And 1976 in blue and white, number 78. So this is all good. This is going to be a set. You're going to get all three of them, all number 78 in a one-shot deal. So kind of weird. I bought some boxes that had stuff with similar type numbers in them, and there was a whole set with number 78 on them. So let's go ahead and get these things rolling on the timer. Alex at 22 as we start it. Tractor Mike 25. Yep, it's a 78 bundle. Waycamp at 30. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. Tractor Mike at 31. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. A minute 30's gone. 30 seconds left. Tractor Mike at 31. Man, it's rough on my fingers trying to hold three of them at once. Let's try to readjust these things here. We're ticking away with a few seconds left to go. Big Job 33, and that does it. Big Job slid in there at about 158. By the time I had the bid read out, we'd hit the 2 minutes. Big Job at 33. Okay. We haven't done any literature in a while. Let's do a couple pieces of literature. Something for our GMC fans. Now, this first piece is actually damaged, believe it or not. You can't really tell, but it is actually torn off. This is a tri-fold piece, folds out. But look at this thing. But you can see where it's been torn across the bottom, but the picture is just amazing. And then the backside of it looks pretty good too. GMC big trucks from the early 50s. Got ads. Are we clear yet, guys? Austin at 10. Okay, we're back. Along with that GMC, you're also going to get another big GMC brochure. And I think this is missing a piece off the bottom of it as well. And look at this one. See, it's got a rough edge here at the bottom. I think somebody saved these pictures, basically, is what it amounted to. Because the backside still looks good, but part of this engine is torn off. So basically, these were basically actual brochures that somebody specifically saved these pictures on. Size-wise, this one is 18 by 16. The other one is also 18 long, but 12 high. So yeah, these would make great frame display pieces. So, Austin at 10, you're going to get both of them. You're right, Martin. That's exactly right. If you framed them and hung them in your man cave, no one would ever know. But these were original factory mailers. This one still has the address label on it from when these were mailed out in the early 50s. All right, let's get this on the timer. Austin at 10 on both of them. I don't know what's the best way to show them to you guys, but they're pretty cool. Austin at 10 are only players. We're coming up on the 1 minute mark. $11 basic models for heaviest hauling on or off the highway. 1 minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Austin at 10. Austin may sneak out of these here pretty easy the way this looks. And there's the minute 30 mark. 30 seconds left to go. Austin going to walk out of here with these that easy. Big Job says no. We're coming out of the wire with a few seconds left. As of right now, we're still got Austin at 10. Matt, 12. Pete, 14. Austin, 17. He got it done because that wrapped it up, but he got it done at 17. It got pretty interesting there at the end. But Austin at 17 snuck it out. I think Austin knew better. I think he was ready to shoot. Still cool pieces. Yep, Austin was locked and loaded, ready for somebody else to do it. So, oh, let's do a little bit bigger toy. The small toys are cool, but let's do one that has a little bit more of a statement piece to it. Pretty decent paint on this one. Very unique design. I think this is a Tootsie. You got it, Mark. No, this is a Metal Masters. This is a Metal Masters bus. Check this thing out. Look at the design on this. Super cool, probably 40s, maybe 30s era design. Paint still in halfway decent shape. But this says on the bottom, Metal Masters Company, made in USA. It is. Right at 7 inches long. Obviously Art Deco style fenders. Check out the swept windshield on the front of this thing. This thing is a cool bus. Inside just like a Tootsie, not really much to it, but a good looking piece. Glenn's starting us off at 15. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the timer and get going. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, Glenn at 15. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Glenn at 15. And there's the minute 30 mark. That's it. Glenn at 15. Glenn's our only bid. He may sneak this one out of there. We only got a few seconds left. And that does it. Glenn at 15. That was easy. Matt had an 18 in there, but it was too late. Got to take the shots a few seconds earlier. I know something we haven't done yet tonight. How about a horn button? Going back to one of these old early 50s, almost three-dimensional type horn buttons from Pontiac. Check this one out. This is supposed to have some red in it. The red is a little bit faded, but we can still see the gold Pontiac head suspended in the acrylic on this button. This was a metal-based button, metal-backed button with a plastic case. And just, I mean, look at the detail. This was just the horn button. But this is what you looked at. This is what the driver looked at. And that's why, I mean, just look at the detail they put into that for something that really didn't need any detail. It is 3.5 in diameter, 3.5 inches in diameter on the Pontiac horn button. It's got a few hairline cracks in it down here, but overall still pretty clear. Still see the Pontiac head in it. Devin at 15. Let's get this thing on the timer and go with it. Yeah, it's a good looking piece. Coming up on the 1 minute mark, Tony at 20 as we're nearing 1 minute. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. And there's a minute 30 mark, 30 seconds left. Tony at 20. Alex, 26. Matt, 27. Tony, 45. Couple seconds left, about ready to wrap this one up. And that did it. Tony at 45. Tony knew he had to swing for the fence, so he did, and that got it done. I think if anybody was thinking about sniping Tony, he got that one slid in there, and if anybody was ready to hit that send button, probably knew there wasn't any point in hitting it. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Take that shot. That way, everybody else who was sitting there about ready to hit send figured there ain't no point in it. You just knocked them all out. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought happened. Pete had one in there ready to go, and it's like, ain't no point in it. Tony done made his statement. Well, it sounds like there were some more bids in there, Tony, so it's a good thing you did it. You just knocked everybody out. How about a plate from a different state going up north to Illinois? Kind of a unique color combination on this one. It's almost like a navy blue, almost black and orange for 1955 in Illinois. Nice shine on this plate. Almost looks black, but I think it's kind of a navy blue. We can kind of see some blue to the back of it. With the orange letters and numbers, Land of Lincoln stamped in it. Has a little bit of damage down here. But really, considering this plate's 55, it's pretty nice and shiny. Just over 12. 5.5 tall, 12.5 long on this 1955 Illinois Land of Lincoln, dark blue with orange letters and numbers. So Let's go ahead and get this one rolling. See what you guys think. Matt at 10, Alex at 30. Yeah, it's a good looking one. Alex, man, knocked a bunch of people out with that, too. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. And there's the minute 30 mark. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Just about ready to wind this one down. And that does it. Going to Alex for 30. Alex just made a statement right out of the gate. Tony came back at 36, but it was too late. Tony was shooting but missed it. All right. How about some brochures for our Ford fans? Let's do a batch of Ford brochures. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that, Mike. 3 brochures for our fans from Ford. Looks like number 1's been over with American Rod Shop. How are those guys doing? Ford brochures. Ford for 1967. Hope you guys can see that. These brochures are just so great. We'll get a few more pictures of the 67, then we're going to go to the next brochure. We're going to show you 3 brochures, a shot on this one. The Galaxy 2-door and convertible. We're not going to show every page because we'll leave some surprises for the new owners. So, and specifications and options. There's the 67 Ford brochure. Going along with that, the 62 Mercury Monterey brochure. That's good. The generosity is great. That's awesome. The guys from ARS come over and hang out, so that's cool. Cutaway. Options. So there's two of them, and we're going to have one more brochure for the Ford fans. This one's kind of different, though. This is a 1958 Ford brochure, the car that went around the world to prove itself to you. The 58 Ford on a worldwide mission. Pictures in different countries. All testing the 58 Ford. And this is a 12-page brochure on the 58 Ford around the world trip. So anyway, there it is. All three Ford brochures for our fans for Fords. So, pretty cool stuff. Let me get these situated. What are you doing, Gray Kitty? What are you doing, goofball? It's over here rolling around on the floor. All right, let's hit the timer. Alex at 20. Trying to figure out what she's doing. Well, that didn't work. Ads. I've killed ads like 20 or 30 times tonight. One minute gone, 1 minute left to go. Well, she's on to something. I don't know what she's up to, but she's on to something. A minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left. Matt, 25. Few seconds left. Matt at 25. Coming down to the wire. And that does it. Matt at 25. Yep, I don't know what Temu is either. Yeah, and the ad thing, I bet I've killed 20 or 25 ads tonight. I mean, it's been, usually I'll see 5 or 6. Alex had a 28, but it didn't get here in time. So, yep, Matt did it. Matt did it at 25. Alex was shooting, but it was too late. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the ads tonight, but I've had a slug of them I've been killing. Matt at 25. All right. Billmore badge for bedtime for Mark. Yeah, I do get paid for them. Yes, number one, I do. But I just don't know what the deal has been tonight. So, because it's been crazy just on what I'm getting. But yeah, I do get paid for them. But man, I don't know why they've been just constantly trying to run them tonight. All right, let's catch one more license plate, and then we'll see where we're at. What are you doing? Meow. You're acting like a lunatic. Yes, you're acting like a lunatic. All right, let's catch one more plate, and then we'll see where we're at. We gave away the 35, 36, and 37 Minnesota plates last weekend, so how about let's sell a 38 Minnesota? It does have some paint loss on it, black and silver. Anybody needs a socket set, Timu's giving away free. Thanks, number one, whatever Timu is. So, but apparently they're giving away free socket sets. So, this 38 Minnesota is about 12 3/4 by about 4 1/4. So it's a little bit smaller than we're typically used to on a lot of these plates. It does appear to be original paint, black and silver, except we do have some paint loss in some areas on this one. Yeah, that's a good point. Big job. Free socket sets with $435 shipping. But it's still pretty flat, still displays pretty well on this 1938 Minnesota. So let's go ahead and get rolling on this one. Briggs, 10. Alex, 22. It's made out of real chroma. I don't even know how you spelled that, number one, because I can't even hardly read it. Chromodiumite. That's probably exactly what that stuff's made out of, too. Alex at 22. Who won last week? Let's see. 1 minute gone. 1 minute left to go. Briggs did. Briggs Garage, 25. Minute 30 gone, 30 seconds left to go. Alex, 32. About ready to wrap this one up. Tony, 36. New blood from Tony. Briggs, 33. And that is it. Tony at 36. Once again, Tony threw a few extra bucks at it. Briggs tried to go up one. Tony covered him at 36. Briggs come back at 37, but it was too late. Tony at 36. All right. I think we'll go ahead and wrap that up and shoot. Wow, we're almost 10 o'clock already. I don't even know if we really have time to really start digging into the magazine. Let's look at something real quick, just to say we did it. Yeah, Tony had some great shots tonight, but look at what Tony did, guys. They got the Pontiac horn button, and he got the plate. Both of those, you know, the horn button, he took a big shot, but we know there were other people already locking and loading. The license plate, he went up $4 or $5 and covered it. So just, you know, we talk about that all the time, guys. If you're only going to bump it $1 or $2, pretty good chance you're going to get sniped. And that's what Tony didn't do tonight. He made sure he covered them, and he got it taken care of. So, but it's always a blast. We always have fun with it. Yeah, pretend I'm in Idaho and it'll only be 9. But the guys back east, it's getting really late. We'll look at a couple things here real quick. I want to just touch base on the magazine just because we haven't done much with it. We haven't even looked at the Automobile Trade Journal from 1913 in a few weeks. So let's check out a couple of ads and a couple of highlights of what was going on in the automotive world in September of 1913 real quickly. Flip back to Kevin's business card we keep handy for a bookmark. And check out the ad for Pullman Motor Cars for 1914. Will be made in 4 models. Among the many important improvements. The improvements for 1914 for Pullmans. The Vulcan electric gear shift and the Westinghouse electric lighting and starting system. The Pullman line will be the most complete and saleable offered this year. Detailed announcements will appear later, but to be sure of obtaining representation in your territory, it is highly advisable that you wire or write at once. Sales Department, Pullman Motor Car Company, York, Pennsylvania. So much fun about checking these things out 110 years later. Speaking of license plates, yeah, electric gear shift. Yeah, that was pretty high-tech stuff. That was the starter was new technology at that point. So that was a pretty big deal. Speaking of license plates, chocolate will be the color for the New York 1914 license plates. I think I've got a 1913, but I don't think I've got a 1914 New York. Only a difference of the background color, which will be chocolate brown instead of blue, will distinguish the New York 1914 license plates from those of 1913. The white letters and figures will be retained. The manner of designating used in 1913 of only 5 figures and an indexing letter will be used. The tags will be ready by October 1st. I'll go grab my 1913. Let's check some of that. Hold on. I'll be back. So, speaking of the New York 1913 plates, it says, the difference of the color will be chocolate brown instead of a blue background, which is the designation from 1913 to 1914. The white letters and figures will be retained. The manner of designating used in 1913 of only 5 figures and an indexing letter will be used. So here we have, I don't have a 14, but I've got the 13. Perfect, Austin. Yep, I'll get all that stuff on the way tomorrow, buddy. So this one has been repainted But it's pretty obvious that this was the 1913 plate. They're making a big deal out of the color change, but and the 13 was stamped in it. I mean, it was definitely obvious. The back of this one does look to be original dark blue paint. GDP stopping by for a minute. Glad you made it by for a little while. So this was the same thing, only it went to a brown background instead of a blue background in 1914. The industrial section, part 1 about warning signals. Illustrating and describing all the horns and warning signals now being manufactured in the United States. Okay. And there's several different companies. This is actually a pretty big article about horns. There again. Awesome, Randall. Perfect with the nut farm. YouTube keeps kicking Tony off. You've done all right for getting kicked off tonight. Oh, wow, that does suck, GDP. That sounds like a pain in the butt. So let's start on actually, I think we'll hold the horns for next week because there's like 3 pages of horns and the different companies. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's there again. That's this whole thing is. We'll get into this probably next week, but that's what this is all about, horns. There again, this was new technology. You know, cars were just getting electrical systems. This is what a lot of horns still were. Ooga or honking like a bicycle horn. So this, I thought this was just a few pages, but this is actually several pages about all these companies, and there's a lot of great pictures. This is like a 15-page article on horns with a ton of pictures. So I think we'll go ahead and save that. You guys have an idea what's coming up, though. Yeah, we'll just save that. There's too much cool stuff in there. We want to spend a few minutes with that and check out all those pictures because that was such new technology at the time. In today's world, a horn is you just hit the button and it goes. It's been mandatory on cars for years. But in 1913, that was a pretty big deal. Horns were such a big deal, they have a 15-page article on horns, the different types of horns, the different types of manufacturers. That's how big of a deal something like a horn was in 1913. So, crazy to think about. You know what, GDP? That's another great point. Because you bring up a great point. There was a lot of laws about not scaring horses because horse and buggy was still a very real thing. That was something I forgot. I hadn't even thought about that, about how big a deal that was as far as scaring horses. But anyway, we'll get into that. There's a lot more to that, and that's another great point with the horse thing that I hadn't even thought about. So we'll spend a little time with that next week. Next week we get to the end, we have a little time, we'll squeeze that in. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and start winding things down. I know a lot of you guys need to get to bed. And you're right, Mark. It's another great night with everybody. We've got such an amazing group on here. The Nobody's page continues to tick along with all the posts. And it's been a great night. It's a great group. It keeps growing. So invite your friends over. Let them know that we're on. Let them know what's going on. And see if they want to come hang out with us. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and wind this thing up tonight. We got a lot more new videos coming up this week. I've got one more ACD video coming up on an Auburn that we have not done any content on before. So it's going to be kind of cool checking out a whole new body style of Auburn that Doug's going to walk us around. I've got some more Jim Wick stuff. The fan page, the Nobody's on Facebook, Dean, spelled just like that. Make sure you answer the questions so that Rusty Okie or Whiskey Business can get you in. And guys, been enjoying the Auburn content. Well, we got one more video from there till the next time I'm down there. But this is a little bit different Auburn, but it's pretty cool. So, lots of great comments. I appreciate all you guys stopping by and hanging out and supporting what we're doing here. Without you guys, it's just me talking into a webcam. Hit the thumbs up for number 223. Thanks, Kenny. The Johnny Carson comments, I super appreciate those guys. I do try to do a good job for you guys, but for you guys to even consider that we do something of that kind of quality is amazing, and I really always appreciate the Johnny Carson comments. So we'll get that ACD video up tomorrow night. We'll get some more Wick stuff up. Obviously, we've got a slug of new inventory to share with you guys, and can't wait to start putting some of that out there. So anyway, with that being said, we're going to wind this thing up. We'll see some of you live Tuesday night for some Toy Tuesday. If nothing else, we're sure up to you back here next Sunday night as well. Good luck, Guile. I hope whatever your interview's for works out. That's exciting. That's good news. And that's one thing about this group. Everybody on here supports everybody else. We root each other on, and hope things go great for you this week, Guile. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and wind things down. We'll see some of you Tuesday night. We're sure up to see you all right back here next Sunday night. You bet, Guile. Everybody's got your back, and good luck this week to you. Hope everybody else has a great week, and we sure hope to see you right back here next Sunday night for some more Sunday night live chat. Thanks for watching, everybody.